Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Berryjuicysweet Dishes. And if this is your first time, please hit that like button and also that bell right beside. And to all my returning viewers, welcome back. And to everyone, all positive vibes. Well, today I will be making garlic parmesan chicken and steak with fully loaded mashed potatoes. Let me show you how. Let's begin. So you can take 4 medium-sized potatoes, or you can use 3 large russet potatoes. And we're going to go ahead and peel the skin off of these potatoes, and then we're going to dice them up. All right, so once I peeled and cut my potatoes into cubes, I'm going to bring this water to a boil, and I'm going to boil these potatoes until they're soft and tender and ready to be mashed. Okay, so I'm going to take a pike of thick bacon. You want it to be thick bacon and not the original thin cut bacon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bacon sheet, and then I'm going to line it with my parchment paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line my bacon on this parchment paper. I'm going to use about 5 or 6 pieces, okay? And then I'm going to put it in my preheated oven, 350 degrees. I'm going to bake this for 20 to 25 minutes or until the bacon is caramelized. Baking your bacon versus frying it in a pan. Bacon keeps your bacon soft but crispy. And baking your bacon, it also keeps the original size, the length of the bacon, even after it cooks. All right, so we're going to cut our bacon up into about 1-inch thick pieces. All right, so we're going to set our bacon to the side. So I'm going to take about 2 of these chicken breasts, and I'm going to wash it, and then I'm going to cut it in cubes. So I'm going to, after I wash my chicken, I am going to cut it in like little strips, And then I'm going to proceed to cut it in little cubes. So once I finish cubing up my chicken breast, I'm going to go ahead and set it in a bowl. And set it to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and clean my area, and then we're going to go ahead and work on our steak. I have some minced beef, some steak that's already been cubed up. I'm going to go ahead and wash this meat, and then I'm going to set it to the side. So I let my potatoes cook for about 15 to 20 minutes until they became tender. So now I'm going to go ahead and mash these potatoes. So after draining the water off of my potatoes, I'm going to go ahead and mix them in a bowl. So now what I'm going to do is mash my potatoes. All right, once I mash my potatoes, I'm going to add about a half a cup of the heavy cream. Next, I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of some sour cream. Next, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of some ranch seasoning. This here is an optional seasoning. You do not have to add this seasoning, but I'm going to add 1 tablespoon. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to also add 1 teaspoon of the black pepper. Now I'm going to mix everything up until it is smooth and creamy. Next, I'm going to fold in 1 cup of the sharp cheddar cheese. Next, I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of the shredded mozzarella cheese. Now I'm going to fold this in together. Now I'm going to go ahead and add that bacon. Next, I'm going to go ahead and slice up 3 of the green onions. So I'm going to add the 3 onions, green onions, to my mashed potatoes. Now I'm going to go ahead and fold this up in there. And I'm going to preheat my oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. So now I'm going to spray some non-stick spray in the bottom of my pan. Next, what I'm going to do is take my potatoes and I'm going to spread it into this baking dish, and I'm going to put it in the oven and bake it for 20 to 25 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven and bake this 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to bake this for about 20 to 25 minutes. So while my mashed potatoes is in the oven cooking, so I'm going to start out by seasoning my chicken. I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of some Italian seasoning. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And I'm going to also add in 1 teaspoon of Parmesan complete. This is optional. I'm going to also add in 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Next, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of some grated Parmesan cheese. Now, I'm going to go ahead and mix this all up together. Making sure every piece is evenly coated. go ahead and warm up 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Once my oil begins to heat up, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 tablespoon of the minced garlic. I'm going to let this cook for about 2 minutes. Once my garlic has sauteed in the oil, I'm going to go ahead and drop my chicken pieces. And I'm going to cook this for like 4 minutes on each side until it's cooked thoroughly. Once my chicken has cooked thoroughly on both sides, I'm going to go ahead and set this to the side. So now, let's season our steak. Let me drain the extra juice off. Okay, so that was excess water from washing the meat. I was just draining the water off. So I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of the garlic powder. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of the Italian seasoning. Now this here is optional. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of the caramelized onion burger seasoning. I'm going to also use 1 teaspoon of the Parmesan complete seasoning. I'm going to also use 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then I'm going to use about 1/2 cup, and that was 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. And then I'm going to give this a good stir, making sure every piece is coated. So now I'm going to get my oil ready. So I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Then I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of the minced garlic. So once my garlic has fragrance, I'm going to go ahead and drop my steak bites in and cook them 3 to 4 minutes until they're fully done. Once my steak is ready, I'm going to go ahead and put it to the side. So let's check on those mashed potatoes. That looks so delicious. All right, well, let's get ready to take it out the oven and let it cool. So once my mashed potatoes are ready, I'm going to go ahead and top that chicken right on top. Next, I'm going to go ahead and top my steak on top. Okay, next, this is optional. I'm going to go ahead and garnish with some parsley. All right, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Oh, delicious. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and also share the video. Again, everyone, thank you for tuning in to my channel, Berry Juicy Sweet Dishes. Well, bye for now.